This is how to solve your workout partner situation forever. You be the one not to quit first. I have people all the time in our academy. They're like, they come back. They go, we're going to be gone a month. 6 months later, they come back. They go, whoa, where's all the partners? Where's all the national champions? I go, bro, they quit after you did, right? They actually didn't quit. I just like grab them and I just force them to go to our more advanced programs, our year-round rooms, because they're like, I'm a year-round guy. Where's all of these kids at? And I'm like, they were gonna wrestle. You know, we had 28 kids in the room, and now we're down to 4 because districts happened or states over. Just come to this room. So I usually just move them up, you know, and then sometimes our parents like, well, I don't want to do that room. It's too far. I don't want to commit to that. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, you know? But I'm like, they quit after you did. So what happens, high school parent? When you go to high school and your kid's a freshman or sophomore and you're like, oh, they have no one to work out with. And I'm like, it's the coach's fault. I'm like, dude, that coach's work. He's coaching football, wrestling, baseball. All right. So wife's about to leave him. He's working 70 hours a week. They pay him like $11 an hour. Actually, it's like $4 an hour to coach, right? They make nothing to coach. They haven't seen their own kids in a month and a half. It's not the coach's fault. You need to, as a 7th grader, say, who is my son or daughter going to work out with their freshman year? Well, turn your head over here, and what do you look at? You're looking at the middle school wrestling room. That's who they're wrestling with. And unless a partner flies in from California, right, and enters your high school, that could be a gift. That happens. But, you know, that's probably not going to happen. So you need to say, do we want to do, what do we have here, you know? Some people, you know, we have our academy rooms that are just busting at the seams, right? One room had over 30 state finalists in one room. And we have other rooms that they're awesome. 10, 12 kids in a room. They're kicking butt. Some have 22 kids, right? But our more advanced year-round rooms were like, you're going to do this year-round. If you can't train year-round or don't want to, it's not for you. And you know, those are the ones where the rooms are blowing up. It's because we don't have an opportunity to quit. You know, sure, they might take a month off for football and then they come back, but they still keep their membership and they're like, okay, we'll be back. And they do come back. They don't, 1 month doesn't turn into 6 now, you know? So the whole philosophy is this. Don't you be the first one to not show up to the weight room when the coaches has a off-season strength program for your middle school or high school. And then you decide to skip and they're like, oh, I'm motivated now. It's August. I'm going to get strong. You go, where's everybody at? And then your parents are like, that coach didn't do this right. This weight program fell apart. I'm like, Mom, you shouldn't have let your kid quit, right? You say, hey, it's Wednesday. What are you doing home after school? I thought it was weight room. Oh, I didn't go today. Mom and Dad shouldn't say, oh, okay. No, you should say, no. Get your ass back in that car and go back to the gym and tell the coach you're sorry. You signed up for this. That coach is volunteering his time. We're not doing that crap here. We're not going to embarrass this family. Get into the weight room. Oh, I don't really want to lift weights. Go. Or don't wrestle next year. I am sitting in the bleachers watching you get flung around like a freaking rag doll. You're weak as hell. Every year you say, oh, I'm going to be strong. And here we go again. No. Get back up there. Don't start that bullshit with me, right? That's how my dad was. I think it was good. And if your kids hate wrestling, just let them quit. Maybe they can do something else, right? Bill Gates didn't wrestle, and, you know, Donald Trump didn't wrestle. Barack Obama didn't wrestle. You know, the owner of freaking McDonald's didn't wrestle. I mean, you don't have to be a wrestler. Elon Musk didn't wrestle. So, but if they want to do this and they sign up for stuff and you let them quit, and then when they get motivated again and decide to come back and there's no program or there's no workout partners or there's no weight room opportunity, there's no more off-season Freestyle Club, right? Me and my coaching buddies in Texas years ago opened an off-season program. We were sharing, it fell apart, and it was packed. It was so packed. And then like week number 4, it fell apart. Week number 5, we're like, let's not do this, right? We got I got 1 kid there, you have 2, right? Let's just, have a little practice. We had wrestling class in Texas, so let's just have wrestling class and let's just not do this. We all just went along about our ways, But so, people do that also with girls wrestling. They're like, where's all the girls wrestling opportunities? And I'm like, dude, they had a girls wrestling tournament, right down the road, and you didn't go. There was a girls clinic 2 weeks ago. You didn't go. Well, we had other stuff to do. Okay, I get it. But how come you didn't share that on social media? How come you didn't text and call and get, what's my deal? Fine, guess what? That guy took his camp to Arizona and made $100,000 in a week, right? He didn't need you. He gave you opportunity. You didn't take advantage. They left. Oh, well, we want girls wrestling back here now. Dude, he ain't coming back. He's not coming back. The girls wrestling tournament or boys wrestling tournament, these people are spending $18,000 a day just to rent a venue. They're not making all the money you think they are. Most of us aren't. Take advantage of the opportunity. And if you don't, and the opportunity goes away, that tournament guy's not starving. He just crushed $100,000, right? Or his camp in Arizona. He just went somewhere else where people wanted to take advantage. So, they quit after you did. That's a big thing you need to understand. Don't be the first domino to fall. Don't be the first kid to skip the weight room. And if you go to the weight room and no one's there, call your buddies, right? Rally the troops. Someone take some ownership and leadership here. The high school coach and youth coach and the camp director and the tournament guy, they can only do so much, all right? And, things fall apart because you were the first one to drop. So in kids, you should understand that, and parents, you should understand that, because you don't want to be the one to allow your kid to be the first shoe to fall off. You're like, no, if this falls apart, it ain't because of this family. I guarantee you that, right? And that's got to be the approach. So that's how to handle workout partners. Do some recruiting. And I tell people this all the time. Well, we just had a guy who, didn't have a lot of partners in one of our rooms. I'm like, go to the other room. It's like 22 miles away. It's like, that's not going to work, but we'll be there, we'll be there in a month. And they will. They haven't missed a practice hardly. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're the high school coach and you help with the youth. Why don't you just recruit some kids, right? So it's like, people are like, how come you don't have 28-day camps for girls? We're like, well, we're working on it, but we're not filling our 7-day girls camps yet. And I'm like, Mom, oh, well, that's discrimination. Oh, these girls need opportunity. And I'm like, you're calling me like 3 weeks before camp with 1 girl. How come you're not bringing 32 girls, right? How come you're not bringing friends? Your daughter should bring 5 friends every time there's a camp. If you go to a good clinic or a camp, you go to the weight room and the coach is opening it, you should bring your friends, bring your track buddies, bring your baseball buddies. Let's flood this place, okay? So never underestimate the power of word of mouth and recruitment and referrals. So if someone has an awesome girls wrestling camp, you should sign up early, because if the registrations trickle in, they're going to cancel. Same with the tournaments. You should sign up early and you should bring 5 friends. If you start your coach starts a girls wrestling team at your high school, and you're like excited, you should bring 5 friends, right? If 5 girls bring 5 friends, it's 25. And if they bring 5 friends, I'm not smart enough to figure out that math, but it blows up pretty quick. Okay. The coach can only do so much. So take some ownership here and figure out who your workout partners are going to be and start blowing the thing up, and take advantage of the opportunity. And if you are taking advantage of the opportunity, don't quit. Stick it out. And then you're going to be glad you did. Good luck.